Why does God let people die? Over 6 years ago, I lost my dad to lung cancer, which had traveled to his brain. He was a healthy 49-year-old man. He never smoked and he worked out twice a day. Then, one afternoon, seconds after hanging up the phone with me, he had a seizure, and that started our year-long journey of slowly losing him. It seemed unjust. He took good care of his body. Why would cancer take root in him? And he was more than just physically healthy. He was spiritually healthy. I have never met anyone who burned so passionately for God. My father was tirelessly and relentlessly studying the Bible every chance he got. He loved apologetics and kept up to date with all the new scientific, historic, and even emotional evidence for God, and he never missed an opportunity to talk to someone about God's truth. Quite frankly, being around him could be exhausting. The man literally only slept 3 hours a night. But the point is, when my dad passed away, my world became impossibly quiet and empty. Who would be there to fight the battles he never shied away from? Who would be there as backup for me when I took the battles on my own? Why would God see fit to take this type of man, my father, out of this world? Not only did the question rise in my own soul, it came at me from almost everyone I talked to after his death. Everyone around me was worried I would lose faith in God because he had let my father die. And many of them were struggling with their own faith because of this as well. Fortunately for me, my dad and his love for apologetics had already prepared me to know the answer to this question, and I was incredibly grateful he had, because as C.S. Lewis said, faith is the art of holding on to what our reason has once accepted, in spite of our changing moods. In times of emotional turmoil, we need to hang on to the truth that keeps us anchored. So let me share this with you, the truth that anchored me. I'll ask the question again. If God is real, why does he let people die? Well, there is one huge problem with this reasoning. God never promised us that we wouldn't die. In fact, he promised exactly the opposite. Everyone will die. First we die, and after that we will live forever. Hebrews 9:27. And it was appointed unto men once to die, but after this, the judgment. Everyone dies. God has not broken any promises when he lets people die. He has simply allowed what he said would happen to happen. Ever since Adam and Eve brought death and decay into our world, death has been a part of the bargain. Some people claim death is proof that God doesn't exist, but that is unreasonable. It means their logic would have to go something like this. God says everyone dies, people die, so God doesn't exist. It's like saying the weatherman says it will rain, it rains, so the weatherman doesn't exist. There are illogical conclusions. Death, if anything, is proof that God is real and is honest with us about what is coming our way. And God gave us the Bible to help prepare us for the death. Of course, this leads us to another question. What's up with the timing? Why would God take one of his most prolific players out of the game while he was still so young? I know it's hard to understand why God chooses to extend some lives while seeming to cut others short.